Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. I'm Nai.
I'm Mako, and we're going to take another whack at beating the hardest boss in the game.
Yep. Now that I actually know what I'm in for, and I know his pattern from personal experience instead of reading about it, it's good to know. So now we have an idea of exactly what he's going to do to me. Okay, come on. That was good to know. Unfortunately, we got to deal with the obliteration spam again. Which sucks. And unfortunately, once again, I do not have Riku's overdrive filled, which I think I should have done between episodes. But it's cool. The strategy doesn't change. Trying to decide if I want to bother using Hyper Mighty Guard this time, because it helped to some extent. Just not sure if it's worth it. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. It's useful, but the question is, does it actually things do? And here comes the obliteration. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to continue quick hitting. Why is the arm not dead?
I do not know.
Crap. We're going to have to deal with that soon. Luckily, all got off was a calamity. So, Waka is cursed, but we don't care all that much because curse isn't a big deal for us.
Considering you're not using that thing.
Yeah.
Thing! The stuff.
Okay, can I milk another turn out of her? No. Okay, so... let's go ahead and quick pockets up. Mega Elixir. And quick pockets up. Oh, special. Pockets up another Mega Elixir. There we go. Now everybody's gonna live. That's important. It is very important that everybody live. We're doing a fair amount of damage to him. Yeah, I think I am gonna do a Hyper Mighty Guard. Just because it helps the obliteration. Waka, how did you die?
He's Waka.
I suppose that's an answer.
Well, doesn't have to be a good one.
Yeah, that's true. I just wish I had a good one. Let's get you another turn. Yes, okay. The other arm just came up. Two arms up at the same time. Terrifying. Should take out the first one. Yep.
Blam. There goes one arm.
Wait, can I? No. Okay. This is going to be a Mega Elixir mix. Gotta remember to get that tonic up soon. For the time being, at least.
Right, a stamina tonic would make things a little easier.
Yeah.
Or some of them, at least.
Where is that stamina tonic? Okay, everybody's good. Excellent. Okay, we need to get that arm down. Hopefully I'll be able to get it down. So we also got to heal up after or before the next attack too, which is the problem.
It's like one big balancing act.
It is. That's entirely what it is. It's one balancing act. We got to make sure that certain things happen before certain other things. That's exactly what it's like. It is one gigantic balancing act. And the problem is, if any one thing goes wrong,
the whole thing comes crashing down on your head.
yeah. Which is just irritating. Auto Dispel, where are you when I need you? Please kill it. Good. I did time that right.
Somewhere off in the distance, Auto Dispel is just getting drunk.
And there's regeneration. So unfortunately, I didn't quite get enough turns out. Now Hyper Mega G is going to be immensely helpful again. So once that comes out, I'm not going to be in this, like... Yep, gotta use it now. High Potion mixed with Mega Elixir. That's going to put us up to 60 thou again. There we go. Everybody's back up to high levels of health. So now Obliteration will only deal a third of our health as opposed to 2/3 of our health. That's important. And Thud. There we go. Gonna be able to get a few attacks on him. Probably 2 or 3 before the next regeneration happens. Here comes regeneration, so 2 hits. About what I expected. I've heard, through some of the things that other people were saying, and some of the guides I read, I heard a lot of people saying this is why you don't get a lot of skills throughout the course of the game, because it takes so long to get down to quick hit. Yeah.
I could believe that.
Yep. Totally understandable. Okay, let's have you use a Quick Pockets to get a Mega Elixir up. And that'll make sure we survive. I just gotta make sure, if that arm is up, I gotta not do what I did last episode. If that arm is up, kill that first. And I gotta, just when immolations start happening, I gotta not focus on getting, like, dispels up or anything like that. There's no point, and it makes it happen so the arms can get up at the same time. And as soon as they're both up at the same time, the game's over.
That really does seem to be the inevitable thing.
It really does. Like, if that happens, you know, you got nothing. You have no way to respond to it. He's gonna get a turn before you will. Okay. So I will do this one time. Where is it? Lunar Curtain. Pendulum. Okay. Kill that arm before it has a chance to take its turn. There it goes. And then whoever goes before, or whoever takes 2 turns before he does, has to just get some healing going. Wow, we are so low on health right now that we're not dealing full damage at the moment.
That's never a good thing.
It's kind of terrifying.
But it strikes me that this entire thing is more or less one giant dance with death.
It is. It is completely a dance with death. Okay. Kill that.
And now the inner villain in me wants to start quoting that guy from the Ratchet and Clank.
Which one? There are a lot of those guys from Ratchet.
The Deadlocked.
Oh, okay.
more specifically the annoying announcer.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? That one?
Yes, that is exactly what is.
But that's a quote from the Joker from the original Batman movie.
Yeah, but then he goes on, I have, and it's fantastic.
And it's fantastic. Yep. I mean, it's just all types of goofy.
No, that really is like.
Yeah. I mean, if you assume that hat thing above Penance's head is the moon, yeah. I mean, Penance could very well be the devil, and
given the number of things that have gone wrong with us, I'm pretty sure, you know.
That could be exactly what this is. I would not be at all surprised. But now that now that I know what I'm doing, and now that I know what to expect, like I know not to bother with Dispel anymore because it just doesn't do enough healing, or it doesn't like stop it fast enough, and you're wasting 2 turns to make it happen. 1 turn you waste because you have to use a Mega Elixir to get your guys back up and get MP going again. The 2nd turn you waste dispelling, so it's not worth it to do it. Okay, there goes that. You get a couple attacks in before he does. I'm not sure how I feel about having Riku's overdrive mode on Comrade right now. I kinda get why it's on Comrade. It's for the immolation section, because when he does, you know, max damage to you, that's enough to refill Comrade, I think. But I'm not sure if it's the right call. There goes the arm. Let's go ahead and kill that thing real quick. Yeah, I'm not a... The other thing is I am doing this Hyper Mighty G business, and that's part of the reason why her overdrive mode isn't filling very much. Because everybody has a lot of HP, but we're not taking a lot of damage. So her overdrive mode isn't filling fast.
At the same time, you know, it's that or miserable death every time.
True. Well, and the regen is definitely helping.
Bit of a toss-up, really. I mean, either way, you're kind of snookered.
Yeah. So the question is, how do you want to get screwed? Should be getting pretty close to the end of Obliteration, though. I think I've gotten plenty of attacks off on him. Here comes regen. I really wish I knew exactly what caused regen, the numbers on regen. Like, is it 100 for ally attacks and then the big numbers for enemy attacks? Is that what it is? That appears to be how it's designed. Is this going to get Riku up into overdrive mode? Nope. Damn. And again, it's going to be better as soon as we get into Form 2. But for now, I swear, I know it's correct, but his hands look so weird because they're showing backside out. His hands look so weird. I don't know why. There's just something off-putting about them. Just look at them. They're backside out.
Yeah.
So they're anatomically correct. Your thumb would be on the outside if you do it that way. But there's just something weird and off-putting about them. And not just the fact that they have abilities that can just flat-out kill you. That's part of it, believe you me, but that's not it.
God damn it, now I want to make another bad pun.
Puns are always welcome on this channel, bad or otherwise.
Well, my brain is now frantically trying to come up with a giving you the finger joke.
Well, he's giving me 5 fingers. 10 if he can get both hands out. So, I mean, that might have something to do with it. I think it also may have something to do with portions of that arm, like shoulder to wrist. Because he's very much got, like, Disney's Hercules syndrome going on there. Go look at that movie. Look at the proportions on a lot of the characters in that movie. They are really seriously off. I think the one that was the most off-putting is, it's this male character with dark hair. He's in the middle of the catastrophe group when Hercules first shows up. And, you know, they're talking about the fire, the earthquake, and all that jazz. So he's this really heavily built dude. And later on, when Hercules beats the Hydra, he lifts his arms up and he's like, yay! But if you look at it, he's this really huge dude. His wrists are really small. It's just really off-putting. I'm not sure why, but there's just something really weird about that character and his drawing design.
Well, all of the drawing design for that movie was kind of strange, so...
I mean, I'm kind of curious if it was meant to be based on, like, the artistry on the Greek vases and stuff like that, but it's still, you know...
Could well be, actually.
That might be what it is. Okay, can you die now, please? I would appreciate it if you would just die.
Yeah.
It looks like... Oh, crap. His arm's back. I didn't notice it. It looks like regeneration eventually drops off on its own. Did you notice how Riku's regenerating, the other two aren't? Kind of curious what's going on there. But the regeneration is so small, it's not worth hunting for. It's like a 1% regeneration on enemy turns and just flat 100 on your turn. And that's not worth it. That's not worth it. Would you die already, please? Please? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Arms down. Got a few hits on his chest region. He's got to be getting close. Well, I'm getting a lot of turns with his arms. There's the regen. Okay. I got like 4 straight attacks on it without an arm regenerating.
That's good, actually.
That is really good. Yeah, I'm really thinking that I guess it's just personal. It's just headcanon. But I'm thinking penance was Bavel's response to sin, and that they sent it off, but. Because also, you gotta remember, penance does not show up until you've beaten all of the Dark Aeons, and the Dark Aeons show up because Bavel puts the hit out on you. So I'm thinking that it's Bavel's response to you, and they sent it out as the last resort. But it's so powerful as to be dangerous, and it also picks its targets. Okay, we're into obliteration mode. And now is when I have to actually follow the actual rules, so... there will be no more Mighty G.
Pity. But it had to happen sometime.
Yep. Immolation the first. So Waka gets it. Special, quick pockets, Mega Elixir. We have a lot of Mega Elixirs left. One of the things that was said, and I think this is a pretty good idea, because Immolation only ever hits one person at a time, right? So one of the suggestions that said for using Mega Elixir is that it heals everybody for 10,000. So while Immolation's only hitting one guy at a time, the other two are healing up for future hits. So there's a reason to keep on doing it. Wow, he didn't go after Waka this time. That's interesting.
That's unusual. Not
Yeah.
bad, but
Man, I really wish we had some way to to mass dispel here. That would be amazing.
you realize, of course, that he's gonna like AoE you now.
I don't think he has one.
Doesn't his immolation hit everyone?
I don't think so. I think immolation is single target only.
Because you said earlier that you thought it was multi-target.
Well, I thought it
Potentially.
was, but I may have been misreading. I don't know. Yeah, it only targets one character. The thing I was misreading is that the author of the guide who was talking about this didn't understand why immolation's damage varies as much as it does. And the answer to why it varies is because immolation deals magic break and it deals magic damage. So the second time it hits, it does massive damage. And the author didn't understand that. But I think that's... I was thinking for some reason that read to me as mass target for some reason. Okay, there goes Waka. But we have auto life. Doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and do a quick pockets. Get that out. So unfortunately, Waka will only have a maximum of 30,000 health now, but it's not going to matter all that much. And actually, Penance did us a huge favor when he targeted Waka then Tidus with Immolation as opposed to hitting Waka twice, because that meant we didn't lose quite as much CTB gauge due to having one character go down. We were able to get a lot more hits in than we would have been able to otherwise. It's kind of cool. Because it's all about CTB right now. It's all about making sure that we're taking as many hits as humanly possible. Okay, who's getting immolated now? Probably Tidus, if I had to make a guess. Nope, Waka again. Waka, why'd you get hit for so much? Couldn't do quick pockets. Get Megaliths up again. Oh, crap. Okay, okay. We're cool. This is the next one that gets a turn. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. There goes that arm. Okay. Oh, that scared me for a minute. Thought we were going to have a repeat of last time. But we're not wasting turns this time, so we're not going to have that problem. The arms are going to go down. Okay, that arm is gonna get a... Nope, never mind. He's taking a turn, then the arm has one later. Okay. That's fine. I don't care. Okay, who are you targeting? Who's getting zapped? Riku got zapped. Okay, can I... Quick pockets? Yes. Okay. Just got to make sure that we do not lose this turn before this arm goes. But you see how Waka's back up to almost full health right now?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're saying do it this way, because characters get back close to full health doing it this way. And we shouldn't ever need to mix again, is my understanding. So Riku shouldn't ever have to go down for multiple turns again because of the delay off of mix. And you definitely don't want to have that. You definitely do not want to have that delay loss because you got to make sure to get these arms down as soon as they show up. He's going to get his turn now. Here comes Immolation. I believe Tidus still has Magic Break on him. There goes Riku, which is fine. Auto Life took care of that. We'll go ahead and do a Quick Pockets, Mega Elixir. Doing absolutely fine. I just wish I knew how far along we were. The thing about Quick Pockets is that it's such a low delay skill. I think it's even better than Quick Hit. So I believe it's such a low delay skill that it's actually speeding up future turns doing it. I may be wrong, but I think that's what it's doing. Okay, we got a hit in. That's good. Okay. Doing fine, though. This only has one arm up for this turn, so another immolation. He has a really cool enemy design. Wow, Waka didn't go down. That's nice. I'm sure that Tidus is sitting there going, oh god, oh god, oh god, my armor's down, or my magic's down, oh god, oh god, oh god, when is it attacking me, oh god, oh god, oh god. It's hit each of them twice, why isn't it not attacking me? Why hasn't it not chosen me? You know you'd be sitting there panicking if this was happening to you. And I think, I forget what the drop is, but I think his arms have a specific really good drop. You're actually allowed to run from the penance fight, if I remember correctly. You're allowed to flee from it.
Yep.
And his arms have this, I think it's called the Master Sphere. It's the sphere that unlocks anything on the sphere grid.
Yep, hang on. I had this just a moment ago.
Every time
arms drop dark matter or rarely Master Sphere.
Yep. So if you're trying to farm up dark matter for any reason, you know, you can fight penance. Though, if you're trying to farm up dark matter, you might not be ready for fighting penance. But you can run away, and every time you kill the arms, you get another drop. It's just one of those. Haha. Tidus dodged a bullet again. Do you think he's just throwing the other two in front of him to make sure, you know, to make sure that that he doesn't get hit? I think that's what's going on.
Excellent thought. Question.
I'm kind of curious if that's what's going on here. Because he's only been hit once, so it's like, Tidus, why are you so lucky? He's throwing us in front of the bus, Tidus. Tidus has this innocent smile on there with the puppy eyes. I'm not doing anything. Okay. I really wish we could safely use attack reels and get, like, that full damage off of it.
Yeah, but then you'll probably get hit with a delay.
Yeah, the delay is just too big for that. This may be slow, but it's safe. Finally, Tidus goes down. Okay. The other two just stepped back going, nope, we're not getting in the way of this one, Tidus. You are taking your medicine with you, like it or not. See, what this fight is, this fight's not actually about fighting penance. This fight is an allegory about the three of them being kids and being taken care of by the same nanny. And the nanny's trying to feed them medicine, which tastes awful, but the three of them don't want to deal with it. So they're like throwing dodgeballs and shit at it. And Tidus, you know, made the other two take their turns first, but now it's Tidus' turn, and he has to take his medicine. And unfortunately, their nanny is no Mary Poppins. Okay. That is, I really do. I wish I knew how far along we were. I have not been keeping track at all about how much damage we're dealing. I guess if worse comes to worse, like if in an emergency we can use someone's overdrive. But most likely, if I had to use an overdrive in an emergency, it would be Riku's. Get to the heal quickly. And see, now Riku's back up to 32,000, and I don't think anyone has Magic Break right now. Unless Magic Break persists. I really hope it doesn't, but I don't think it persists after falling. Go away, arm. I'm a little bit concerned. That arm's turn is coming up. There we go. Gotta watch the regeneration of the other arm happens right now. No, okay. That's the thing I'm really concerned about, is that I'll be trying to kill one arm, and I'll be almost there, And the other arm will regen just before his turn happens. Like, I'm terrified of that. That is the one thing that will really just shut me down entirely. See, there's the regeneration happened just the turn after I thought it would. Okay. Doing good, though. We have 2 characters who are at full health and one who is getting back there. Just we're not dealing much damage to Penance himself, so it takes forever. We deal about 200,000 damage, maybe 300,000 damage at a time for each one of our, whenever we actually get a chance to attack him directly. Okay, there goes the arm. I would really appreciate it if this attack did not kill whoever he's attacking. I love that the head looks like a helmet. Wow, she survived. That's what we were looking for. Because that means I don't lose her, like, her speed advantage. So I should get a bunch of attacks in real quick. In quick succession. I don't know exactly how many we're going to get, because the regen for the right arm should come up right about now. Yep, there it is. I think you get 10 turns on your side before the arm comes back. That's the way the timing seems to be going. Come on, can we kill that arm quickly? Please go away. Okay, it's gone. Whew, scary. Always scary when the arms are up just before his turn comes up. This is terrifying. Last episode, we had 30 minutes of fighting him, and it ended really quickly. So I'm being, very careful not to fuck up here. But, I'm terrified because we're at 30 minutes again. I am terrified that somehow something beyond my control will cause me to lose here.
That would be unfortunate at this point.
Unfortunate, you say? That's the word you think would be useful here.
I'm trying to be diplomatic here.
Yep. That'd be more than unfortunate. That'd be soul-rending. You know? I'm getting there, though. We're so close. I think he's probably down to about a third of his health left, if I had to make a guess. And I think we've gotten into a bit of a rhythm. This should kill the arm. Good. Then he takes his turn and immolates, and then his other arm regens. And I think we've gotten it into a rhythm that we should have it in a hard lock right now. Okay. So we should get about 3 hits before his arm regenerates.
Make the most of them.
Oh shit. Whoops. 2 hits. I kind of screwed up my own pattern. Just forgot to Mega Elixir before Riku's turn. Shouldn't cause a problem, though. It actually seems like I didn't hard lock him exactly how I thought I did. The delay doesn't seem to be quite there. There's that moment. There's that moment, you know? That one. The one where there's that slow pause, and I'm sitting here going, oh, son of a bitch, it's a regeneration! Nope, you're good. Okay. If you quick pockets. Yes, you will get another turn. Okay. Mega Elixir. Okay, I think we're going to be able to get this arm killed. Oh, crap. Okay. Oh, shit. Look at his turn.
Crap, that could be bad.
No, his arm's gone. We're fine. I was really scared for a second there. But, yeah, it looks like I didn't hard lock him as much as I thought I did. It was just the delays on arm regeneration was occurring at about the wrong time. Whew. Frightening. It looks like he's spreading the love a little bit when it comes to the crap. That's unfortunate. Okay, Mega Elixir. It looks like Arm 2 is going to get a chance to actually take a turn before I kill it. I'm not sure. It's based on how much Quick Hit does for me here. Nope, never mind. There it goes. Yeah, we're good. It's really hard to guess how many turns I get before he goes, before his arm goes, because Quick Hit and Quick Pockets just screw the ATB gauge so much. But we're good. Here comes Immolation. I like the pattern on his tail. Like that combined with the pattern on the two horn things. This has this very cool design. Auto Phoenix is so good! Quick Pockets, Mega Elixir. So we have used about 30 Mega Elixirs so far in this fight. That's a lot.
And we're still not done, so...
Well, I think we're fine, though, because I still have 68 left over. Like, I did not... When I was farming for this fight, I didn't... Oh, fuck. Please, 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 kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Thank you. When I was farming for this fight, I was sparing no expense. I farmed something close to 10 million gil. And it was all spent on getting the healing waters that we almost didn't use any. I haven't used any this fight, and I used maybe 10 of them during last episode. But it was farming healing waters and specifically the Mega Elixirs. Because Mega Elixirs, you pay... I forget what the number is. It's something like you pay 3 million for 30. Like they're very expensive. Luckily, I already had tons of them because sometime in the past, I forget which episode it was. It was one of the episodes where I was showing off the Monster Arena. I accidentally got 30 of them as opposed to the Mega Phoenixes, which I was trying to get. So I already had a bunch of them kicking around. I had never really used Mega Elixirs much during the course of the Let's Play, so I just had tons just sitting around. But still, it was a lot of farming. Come on, you. I want you to die. I don't know how close you are. I don't think you're particularly close to death. But I'd love to see you just fall over right now. Nope. Looks like an arm maybe cannot regen just before his turn. I'm not going to count on it, but...
Down goes Riku again.
Yeah. That's cool. It was her turn. But yeah, I've multiple times seen an arm come up immediately after his turn, but I don't think I've ever seen an arm come up between my turn and his turn. I don't wish to test this theory, but just an observation. So it might be that I'm panicking about the arms regenning just for his turn for nothing. That said, right now we have one arm up, and we're just prior to his turn, so, you know, the other arm could pop up right now, for example.
That would be a bad...
That'd be terrible.
Especially considering how long we've been running at this point.
When people told me this was going to be an hour-long fight, they weren't joking. And here comes the next immolation. But I think I like the fact that on this fight, once you get to the second form, you just have this tendency to have everybody at very high health, just because of the way the fight works. I think I like that. It's a really cool thing. Because it makes you feel, if you're looking down in the lower right, and you're seeing everybody in the yellow, you know, you're panicking. You're in panic mode, going, oh god, oh god, oh god, I'm gonna die. But if you're looking down to the lower right, and you're seeing just one person is in yellow, and you know that only one person is going to be able to die, as long as you're doing your job right, there's no panic anymore. There's just, let us make sure to follow the pattern, let's make sure to do what we do. You're just following a pattern, boss. So it feels a lot better. You know, you feel like you're getting stuff done. Okay. Woohoo, immolation. I really hope whatever his death sequence involves a sword going through him. Like a really big Khalid bowl going right through that, like, rift in its chest.
That would be neat, but I'm not sure that'll happen.
I know. But I can dream. So, we're doing pretty good here. His left arm should be spawning after this attack. There it goes. Well, his right arm. The one that is left to me. But it feels like we've gotten him back into that lock section again, where things spawn at kind of exactly when I think they're going to spawn. At least I hope so. Immolation. Yay! I'm pretty gratified. Okay.
Now's a good time to kill everything.
We're getting there. I'm not incredibly concerned just yet. I will say I'm really gratified by seeing that, for instance, Waka's still alive with 3,000 health even after that attack. Because I was sitting there as I was farming and leveling up everybody, and the suggestions given for beating Penance were, number one, they said max out all stats, but that you wouldn't be able to get luck above, I think it was like 120. And I proceeded to max out everything. So I think just someone was a little bit lazy in going around and replacing old luck spheres. But they also said that recommended health was going to be about 25,000, and that if you felt like it, you could go around and replace old HP spheres to, you know, up that, and you'd be able to milk a little bit more out of it. And so I come into this fight with 32 to 35,000 health, and it's really gratifying looking at seeing like people surviving some of these attacks, going, this would not have happened if I had not taken a little bit more time to ensure that they had more health. So, you know, I'm really happy about that. That makes me happy in my pants. It's good to know that by putting a little bit of extra work in, I took a little bit of the uncertainty out of this fight. This fight's still uncertain, but, you know, I don't have to be incredibly frightened about it. I also think it's really funny that because I have no idea where the fight is right now, I have no idea how much damage I've dealt, just one of these quick hits is just going to kill him, and I'm probably going to keep talking and have no idea that it killed him. Here comes left arm. We got a good 5 hits there. It kind of feels like one of the arms maybe heals or regenerates out of sync with the other arm.
It does kind of feel like that.
It feels like one of them regenerates maybe 1 turn faster. Or maybe like a third of a turn faster, something like that. Bye, Waka. We'll see you in a minute. Rise and shine, buddy. We still haven't beaten him yet.
Just 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Waka, we can't do that, because if we leave you down for 5 more minutes, he's going to immolate again, and then we're going to be boned. Oh, we're so close. We have to be. We have to be really close. Scary time. Okay. Scary time is over. Go back to your originally scheduled nonsense. It is. It's my heart skips a beat every time I see 2 arms up and I glance over and notice that the boss's turn comes up in like 3 turns. I look over and I go, is this it? Is this gonna be the one? Is it? Is it? Nope, 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 you're good. You're doing what you're doing, you're following the pattern, you're performing the strategy. And boom. Tidus, no sleeping on the job, buddy. We're not done yet. I think one of the other cool things that goes on in this is that if you watch whenever Tidus dies, have you noticed that his sword clips a little bit through the roof of the airship?
I didn't, actually.
His sword clips a little bit through the roof because of the way he falls down. And it has this really cool effect that it looks like because Tidus got killed, Khalid Bolg broke. It's a very cool looking thing.
Man, this thing will just not die.
I know. Well, there's no knowing how far along it is, unfortunately. And the thing is, it has... What did you say its full health was? What was it, 10 million?
12 million.
12 million? It had taken 3 million to get through the first form, so it had 9 million left. And we only deal about 100,000 damage per hit. And we're only getting like 2 to 3 hits per cycle, up to 5 hits. So we're not exactly dealing a lot of damage to him. Now there's a potential that if I decided to play a little bit unsafe about it and attacked him a little bit more, potentially we could get through it faster, but then we'd be risking getting hit by Armageddon.
Yeah, at this point...
It's not worth risking.
No, it's not.
I mean, we're already, like, I keep on looking over the ATB gauge and noticing that turns are coming up. We're already getting really close to an Armageddon in the first place. But yeah, we're only getting maybe 3 to 5 attacks in every immolation. So it's not as if we're getting a lot of attacks in on him specifically. We're getting a lot of attacks on his arms. Trying to figure out through art style if he's meant to be a fiend, a construct, or what. Because I'm kind of looking at his art style a little bit, and if you glance at his art style, specifically like around the things around his head, the forearm on the arm, things like that, he has a lot of the same art style like notations as Sin does. Like, to the left and right of his head alone looks a lot like Sin's head. To the left and right of his head are scales, like Sin's. Same with on his forearm there. So there's a lot of these, like, indications that it may have a similar, like, origin to Sin, or maybe a similar thing. For all we know, this is another Yu Yevon creation. But I'm still trying to figure out what the hat's supposed to be. Is there a reason that you have a Nebra sky disk floating above your head?
Because it looks cool?
Well, I'm also looking, because I'm looking at above his head, but I'm also looking at behind the ship. And I'm trying to decide if there's, you know, a similarity between the disc above his head and the disc that powers the ship. It's things like these that I have to think about while I'm spending 50 minutes attacking the same boss, looking at the same exact menu screens. I'm also wondering about the holes in his head and exactly what they're there for. Like, you can come up with so much headcanon for this guy. Now, what I'm trying to remember, I'm looking at his arm, and it looks like it has doll-style ball joints around the elbow. And I'm trying to think, there was another boss of another RPG that has a similar coloration, still has that copper coloration, has that doll-style arm set, and also has, like, detached arms or something like that. And I'm trying to remember what it is. and I'm not sure. I also want to know why the sky is yellow. The sky is distinctly yellow, and actually the entire color palette is distinctly yellow for this fight. I want to know why. I don't think I'm going to get an answer, but I'm kind of curious.
Nope, this one's well beyond my knowledge.
Now, see, looking at Penance, he also has... It looks like he has, maybe a cloak on, and that's what those things are around his shoulders, like the, are they called epaulets on, like, soldiers?
Yeah,
Epaulets?
I know what you're talking about. I never looked at it like that.
So it looks like he's got that, so it looks like he may have... And he has, like, the high, not looking at the big arm things out to either side, but it looks like he has, like, the high-backed cloak that you see in a lot of animation behind his head. So it could be that this was maybe a high summoner of some sort. But we also know that he has arms. So the other question is, what are those things behind him? The things that look like the big bass speakers.
Popped collar?
No, I'm talking about the gray things behind him, the curved things. Because those wouldn't be a popped collar. The thing behind him...
Oh, the streamers.
Yeah, those weird things. So, I mean, you see it a lot in a lot of Japanese animation, those, like, streamers coming off of characters, but typically not a character like this.
Streamers or, shoot. I know what you're talking about, and I've heard the term before, and I can't think of it.
Well, it's not a scarf,
like
I mean.
Yeah.
It's got that same sort of feel about it. I don't know if you can see it in the image share, but there's this strip. Oh. Okay, hold on.
I wish I knew why that was worth doing that.
Pausing for a second. Okay, there's that.
I'm not dead. I'm just resting.
I don't know if you can see in the image share, but can you see just below the purple hat of the helmet there? He's got this little line of light that's pulsing.
It looks like it sort of swings, almost pulsing around and around in a circle.
Well, look, from the camera angle's really bad here, but it pulses from the point in the forward backwards. It just continues to do so. And I'm kind of curious if that means anything. Because it doesn't seem to stop. I thought for a second that was his targeting thing as he attacks with immolation, but it doesn't.
Splat. It doesn't?
Like, it doesn't ever stop. The pulsing just continues. I thought that the pulsing stopped for some reason at times, but then I've been kind of paying attention to it for the past couple of minutes. And the pulsing never stops, just always keeps going. Now, what I have noticed is the hat up there pulses colors. At least it appears to. It looks like it's pulsing between yellow and blue. Not pulsing is not the right word in that case. It's flashing in this case. But it's kind of a weird thing. It reminds me a little bit of Skies of Arcadia and being in the Dark Rift, and that certain ones of the tunnels would flash red, show you this was the wrong direction. That's what it reminds me a little bit, especially because it's doing that spiral thing up there. He's just got a lot of things that's very interesting to take notice of. He's a very well-designed boss.
Very visually...
He's very visually enticing. You know, if you have to look at a boss for an hour, this is the boss to look at. And we're nearing that point. So I'm hoping we're getting pretty close here. I've also noticed it looks like the disc every so often slows down, especially during immolation. And come
what do you mean? Looks like the disc up top sort of pulsing red every couple of spins.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, the disc is very reminiscent of the one on the back of Bahamut. So I'm wondering if he's supposed to be a summon. Like going with that Pavel theory.
It fits the pattern almost.
A little bit, yeah.
Come on, I mean, this guy just doesn't want to die.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to go down. The other thing I'm trying to figure out is what's going on with his chest? Because it looks very much like nothing more than a sword wound. He's kind of got ragged edges around the edges. We can't see it now, obviously, but when he still had his robe on, the robe piece, you could see that there was this belt that had an inscription around it, and the belt was also broken right there. So it looks like someone plunged a sword into Penance. A really, really screw you big one. And remember, Penance showed up in the Comlands right next to that really big crater on the wall. So you gotta kind of wonder, well, maybe, the Comlands is where the fight with Sin always happened. Maybe the first fight with Sin, Bavel decides to pull out Penance as a fight, and Penance is able to hold off Sin, but Sin fires one of those really big beams at it, knocks into its chest, kills it, knocks it against the wall, causing that big crater, and then Penance is able to drive Sin off, but then Penance falls into the gorge. I don't know, I gotta think this stuff. This fight's taking way too long. This fight is taking way too long. But we're getting close. We are consistently getting closer, because it's the only way we can be. There's no way we can be getting further. He doesn't heal himself, thank you. That'd be the worst fight ever. Especially looking at his wrist. And, it looks like that same sort of ball joint. And then looking at if you look at the shoulder on the arm specifically, especially when the camera swings around when he does immolation, there's no, connection point. There's no point. It doesn't look like sometimes when you see, the disconnected floating arm on enemies, you kind of see this point where the arm would have connected. So, showing that it was at one point attached before it suddenly wasn't.
And that ain't happening here.
That doesn't exist in Penance. That arm was never meant to be attached. So it's kind of an interesting thing. I'm leaning more and more towards that summon theory.
Looks like it. It makes sense, because, again, if this is meant to be the last gasp or the last hurrah to keep you away, it fits everything else.
I mean, supposedly, but I'm not sure if I buy the Yu Yevon last hurrah thing.
Well, even if it's not his, you have beaten every other Dark Aeon there is.
You've beaten everything.
Everything.
Nothing has stopped you.
Someone somewhere is wetting their pants in fear.
Yeah.
And depending on how badly they want you dead, I would not put it past them to uncork the bottle on something really nasty.
Potentially. Well, one of the things that came up, someone, I think Uranium Potato, I believe, left a comment in one of the comment sections a number of episodes back. Not Pick Pockets. I don't need Pick Pockets this turn. A number of episodes back, left a comment about Sin and Sin Spawn. And it was their opinion that they brought up that Sin always goes back for Spawn. Well, Sin is Jecht, and Tidus is Jecht's son, so therefore Tidus is Sin Spawn. And this is why Jecht always comes back for Tidus. And it's an interesting thought. It's a very cool theory. I think it has more to do. I believe it has more to do with the fact that Jecht wants Tidus to kill him. And he knows that Tidus can. Because I think that Jecht is endowed with all of the knowledge that Tidus has. So I think Jecht knows that both of them are dreams, and he knows it'll take a dream to kill a dream. So, So I think Jecht is well aware of that. But, the other question is, maybe this is something that Sin summoned up. Maybe this is, this is another Sin spawn. And this is Jecht testing Tidus one last time to make sure that he's capable of finishing the job. Because it does have a little bit of, Sin about it. And we don't know exactly what Sin can do. Sin has a lot of powers, and we only see just a couple of them as we go through. We didn't see the whole 6-way shot that leaves rifts in air and earth and water thing until that final confrontation on the airship outside of Sin. God damn, would you die?
And I'm just picturing here how the viewers are just like fast forwarding.
Yeah.
Is it dead yet? Is it dead yet?
Has he died yet? Which one of them is winning the confrontation today? Yeah.
We've been going an hour already.
We have. I mean, this is what I was told that the fight would be. I was told the fight would be like this. It would be an hour long. It would be endless. I went into this... Oh, crap. I went into this knowing exactly how long this fight would be. We have used 50 Mega Elixirs.
Oh, God.
I know. I mean, you gotta remember what that means, though. He is... Yeah, I know.
They've gone back into sync.
We're fine.
Damn.
Nope, we're cool. This arm's gonna go down momentarily. See? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get his other arm down before his turn goes, but we're fine. I'm not worried when there's 2 arms and I have a bunch of turns showing on ATB. I'm worried when he has 2 arms and I have very few turns showing on ATB. Because when you see like 4 turns on my ATB meter, that basically means I have 6 or 8 turns, depending on how the ATB or the CTB. So depending on how the CTB meter is further on down. So I'm not worried about that. If I have like 8 turns showing, it means I have like 10 to 15 turns available to me. But you gotta remember about the whole Mega Elixir thing, I use 1 every time he immolates, so that means we've seen 40 plus immolations. Plus 1 or, and then there was also 1 or 2 that I used after, whatever that other ability was.
I'm going to be interested to see what our spoils are like after all this.
There's gonna be jack. I mean, there's gonna be nothing. There's gonna be nothing worth anything. That's the thing, you don't beat Penance for anything other than the fact that you can say, I beat him. I did it. I have a trophy hanging on my mantle. Square Enix should send you a plaque that says, congratulations, you beat Penance. Here, have a cookie. That'd be so cool, too. If they tracked how many... I'm actually kind of curious if there's a, are there trophy trackers? Like, do they have, if you go
there
online,
are ways to track, but I don't know how they work.
Because I know if you're on Steam, Steam will tell you what percentage of the people who have that game and have played that game have a particular Steam achievement. So I'm kind of curious if there's one like that for trophies, because I'd be curious how many people have actually beaten Penance. I mean, the game came out 3 months ago or so I'm running really slow, because I've been trying to run with the Let's Play. And I know a ton of people have beaten Penance since the release, but I am really kind of curious what the percentage is, because I can't imagine it's going to be more than maybe 5% of the players. Because this is kind of a level of stupidity that, most players are not willing to do, but I have way too much free time on my hands. Next immolation. Bye, Riku! By the way, Riku, no sleeping on the job. We're not done yet, girl. I know you're tired. I know that you guys are endlessly annoyed with this boss. But if we let our guard down even for an instant, he will kill us all. Would you want to bet that, like, Penance is kind of like a cat? Like, he kills all 3 of them and he just kind of wanders off? But it doesn't even bother with the airship, just kills 3 of them, he goes, eh, and just kind of wanders away. Oh, for the love of God, why won't you die? I will say, all the prep work I had to do prior to this, because I think we got to Sin at roughly 100 to 110 hours of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe less, maybe more. But the past 70 to 80 hours of gameplay have all been post-game. Basically preparing for Penance, because everything I did was specifically to fight Penance, even if I was doing something else at the time. Like, we went and we fought the Omega weapon, but I was only doing so because I had to go to the Omega ruins anyways to fill up the to fill that up so we could fight Nemesis. We fought Nemesis because that was a trophy. But you know, basically everything we did was specifically to fight Penance. We maxed out our characters to fight Penance, but it just so made it so we could also fight all of the other arena guys. You know, we did all of that for Penance specifically. And it really is incredibly gratifying to know that it was all needed. Like, it was... If I hadn't done that, I would not be able to win this fight. It's kind of good to know. It feels good to know that the work you put in actually has a reward, and one that is measurable, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's okay, Tidus. It's okay. And Tidus is back. Armor generates. That's cool. 2 quick pockets and a Mega Laser. Okay, and back in it. I'm trying to think of any bosses that I've fought in other RPGs that did not take all the work I put into them. I think if I'm being honest to myself, probably the final Vigoro fight in Skies of Arcadia didn't need as much prep work. But I was already, like, super powerful in that game, and in that game, you can level yourself higher than you can in this one, comparative to bosses. So I think probably Skies of Arcadia didn't have that super final boss. Evolution levels with you, so that wasn't too much of a thing. Or rather, it has set levels, but we didn't super grind that one. Let's see, what other ones? I'm also trying to think of what... Like, Kingdom Hearts 2, I had to really grind so I could beat Sephiroth. Not too much, but I need to get things done. And I didn't end up needing all the items I saved up, but I did pretty much need all the levels I had because they were needed for the various things they gave you. So that was definitely needed. What else? I'm trying to think of what RPGs I've played where I have gone out of my way to fight all the optional bosses. So I know I've beaten Ni no Kuni. Oh, we did it! We just won. That was it.
Holy crap.
Overkill. Oh god. Guys, we won. Penance is dead. Victory has been achieved. What the hell's happening to it?
Look at all those fireflies.
Yeah. Oh, wow. We did it! 1 hour and 10 minutes. No AP gained. Perseverance. No AP gained. We have gained 50 dark matter and 13 master spheres.
Plus a sanctuary.
That
is.
And that's it. Nothing else. There is nothing. There is no cutscene. There's people don't even talk to you differently. We're counting on you, kid.
God.
I think Penance is now off my list. Yep, no more penance.
For the love of mercy, save! Save!
Yeah. But that's it, guys. We did it. That was it. We beat penance! Let's go save. Oh, that feels so good. That was it. That was the goal of this Let's Play. Now we just have to go beat the game. But I do think we have a few small things we got to do first. Very, very small. Just a couple quick cutscenes we haven't seen. We got to go to the temples again. We need to go check those. And there's one cutscene we need to see in Guado Salam before we finish up. So we're going to go do those, guys. And then we're going to go to the final episode of the series. That's going to be 2 episodes from now. I'll see you all then.